Yeah, am I audible, guys? Sorry, I got a bit late. Okay, great. Sorry, guys, actually, just reached from the office and I started here. Okay, great. So I have taken another SAP's demo server. So I think here we have most of the access which we requires. But still, there is one issue over here is that we do not have multi-client server access available. Like it is 800 client. So if you want to test end to end any IDOC, like if I'm sending any IDOC and whether that has been received or not, so we will not be able to see that. But still, I'll show you all the settings which are applicable and what we do, so that we can if you have other system as well, or like multi-system available, there you can send the IDOCs data to another system. Okay, so let's start, guys. So I'll just recap what we have learned the last session. Let me just open the PPT once so that it will be refreshing because it's been 2 days. Just give me this PPT once. Opening, just give me a moment. Guys, meanwhile, if someone is not able to see it clearly, you can change your resolution to 720 pixel and that will be more clear. So I'll share my screen again to the PPT. Where's the PowerPoint? Yes, it's here. Yeah. So we have just seen that what is IDOC. Okay, how many types of IDOCs are available. Along with that, what is message type? What is IDOC type? What is a basic type? Okay, what is segment? What is material number? Okay, so initially we'll start with custom IDOC. How to create a custom IDOC? What all settings are required? Along with that, we can also see we will also see that how to use a standard material messages or message types which are there for material management, which are there for customer and all those things. Okay, so I'll just create one more slide over here so that we can go through once again what we have learned so far. Okay, so guys, first thing is that what is ALE and EDA, right? So we are learning what is ALE and EDA. So ALE is application link enabling. That's a full form. The interviewer might ask. So you should remember these two full form. What is the EDA full form? Along with that, what is ALE full form? Okay. So EDA is electronic data interchange. Okay, we call it, and it is mostly based on some typefaces or ANSI format. We call it ANSCII. Okay, so most of the time when we are going to implement that time we go for EDA. But along with that, if you want to connect SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP system, then we can go for ALE, and with some middleware we can connect the system of other client. Okay, other business or user or anything it can be. Okay, so I'll give you introduction for ALE. Okay, so ALE is just a tool, okay, that help us to transfer the data from SAP to another SAP system. Okay, or it can send also to a non-SAP system. And then we have something called translators. Okay, so interviewer might ask you also like how the ALE thing also work. Okay, so you have to tell. So there are some translator available. We call it as like XI, or like we can say middleware. Okay, so if I just copy here the ALE part, then so we use the translator or the middleware, we can say. Okay, so we have okay, I'll just type it. So we have TIBCO, we have ALXI, okay, we have so many middlewares are available. So then we can call it like we can send the data with the help of ALE system, okay. Then I'll just use a type. So we can send the data with the help of RXI, okay. You can just take for one for now. We have so many are available, okay. Then okay, I'll just copy. It will look good actually, and then I'll put it here. ALE, okay. So with this we can send the information, okay. So why we need to transfer the data? So I have told in the last session, why do we need to transfer data? Why do we have to connect the two systems, right? So see, clients operation are there in multiple countries, okay, or what we can say multiple city. So how do the processing will work? Because now we are not doing the manual paperwork or something, right? So we have to send something direct via the email, okay, or via any SMS or something, but it's all electric, so electronic, okay. So that's the reason we go with this thing also, okay. And what's the advantage of ALE system, okay, or any IDOC system? What is the advantage we can, if the user, if the interviewer asks what is the advantage, why do we use IDOC? So why do not we use other RFCs? So see, for every communication method or channel, like RFCs, function module, BAPI, BADI, on everything has some their own advantage. Okay, then that is the reason it is still there in our system, right? And every customer is trying to build the connection with the application which is not there in SAP, but they want to connect with some other third-party application. So like it can save the time actually of end users, and it will be can minimize the paperwork that you can see, okay. Like manual mistake when you are sending some document via post or something, or you are sending with some office boy is going to send some paper, okay, or any document. So manual work is very reduced actually. If you're getting some material information created in system, trigger it immediately, it will go to the next system. Whether if you want to change it in future, that's okay, you can change it, and again the change will be triggered to the same system, okay. So that can be some benefit we can say to of the ALE or IDOCs, okay. And then I told you what all those segments or the like structure, what is the structure of IDOC. So I showed you here that these are the structure, okay. So we have three things. See, we do not call it address, actually we call it technically as control. Now you know that, so I can change the name to control, okay. So I took this example just to make you understand with the help of normal letters which we write in the day-to-day life, okay. Like we used to write, but nowadays we are not writing. So you can take this as an example. So these are the three components which we generally have in the iDocs. One will be control records, which will hold the information of sender or receiver, okay, or some other information like what is the port and all those things. So that we'll see. The next component is data. So means what all data you are passing there, okay. So that can be there in the data segment. And the next segment is status. So whether the data has been sent or is not received or some issue has happened, so that can be checked with the help of status. If it is failed, then we have some status also, like some numbers we are denoting in SAP, like some 51. So 51 is a failed number, okay, uh, for inbound, okay. So likewise, then EDI will not go much in the deep, but just for knowledge, like it's a tool that helps to transfer the data from SAP to non-SAP, okay. And from non-SAP to SAP, we do not use EDI from SAP to SAP, because for that we have ALE system available, okay. So you can just say there as a difference whenever the interviewer asks is that what's the difference, and you can say that EDI is basically for non-SAP to SAP and SAP to non-SAP, but ALE can be used, okay, for both purpose, okay. And then it is, we use UTI if the customer is industry specific, okay, like some government, or they need some like government data, right? Or like if I say some president data or the PM office, they need some data in some typical format, or they don't want as a open document or something like that, okay. I have not used EDI ever in my career yet, okay, but if I get a chance, I'll I'll let you know. I'll post some video on that part, at least some example, and then you can learn that part also, okay. Then we have some messages available, like I've shown you the messages, right? So we have some messages available like metmask, okay. So metmask 101 is a basic type, but for each standard basic type we have message type available. So see here, we saw that what is the message type metmask, okay. Similar to MetMask, we have other message type available, like we have DevMask. Okay, so DevMask is for customer actually. Okay, if you want to send customer information to some, so these are standard messages already given by SAP. So what SAP says that, okay, if you want to send the customer information to some other system, directly go and use this message type, and then you can send it. Okay, but still, if some fields which are not there, or you want to add some extra field, or then you can go for extension. Still, extension is not working for you. Then you can go for your custom IDOCs. Okay, you can create your custom outbound IDOC. You can create your custom inbound IDOC. Both you can create. Okay, so for vendor or master also, like I got this question also in my recent interview. So actually, what happens? I have mostly worked in MM and IUC project. Okay, so the interviewer asked me, do you know how many types of message type are available in MM? So guys, if you are working in MM or MES module, okay, SC module or FI module or MM module, any module, so make sure you know at least 4 to 5 message standard message types. Okay, and I will ask you, like I would like to ask you that you go and at least try to see these messages. Okay, what all IDOCs are coming, are we using any extension or not? Okay, how these are getting triggered, which all distribution model or which all customer there these materials are going, which all system we are following. Sometimes we are sending to different server also, like same client but different servers. Okay, so that you can see, and that will help you actually to understand, go in the deep actually. Okay, so this is for I'll just expand it. Okay, so I will just remove this for now so that you can note it somewhere. Okay, this is for say this is for material master. Okay, and this is for customer master, and this is for vendor master. Okay, so these, similar to that, we have 4 5 more available, like for orders we have, for invoices we have. So we have something, I remember, for invoice we have something called INOVIC. So we can see this in directly in the W02 also, you can see. So this is the okay, I gave it wrongly, so I have to give the message type here. Okay, so this is the message type available, and this is the description, like it is for invoices. So these 4 5 you can remember, or you can see in your system also, like in most of the companies will have these standard IDOCs they'll be working on. Okay, and until unless it is some fully customized system, like I have seen one SAP client, okay, and I will not take the name of that client. So they are working in dairy actually. Okay, so they have very big farm, and they, what they do is they produce the milk. Okay, they produce the paneer, they produce what we call sweets. Okay, they produce almost 12 to 15 product they produce, and they sell it. Okay, along with that they have a dairy, like they have buffaloes, they have cows, they have chicks, they have hen, they have dogs. Okay, so that industry it's also has chosen SAP to go for their business. So guys, have you seen such customer? Say yes or no for now. I'm waiting, guys. Yes, Seva said yes. Okay. Okay, Seva, you are a functional, so I think you might have already seen that such customer. So that's actually good, actually, right? Yeah. So that's good. People are accepting SAP for their businesses. Okay, and they are getting benefited with that, and we are getting our jobs. Okay. So that was one thing. Okay. Navatan says no. Okay. So Navatan, with the time you will also see such customer available. Okay. Then next we'll go with one. We'll go with little more in the introduction part also. Okay, so just be there with me for some more time. Then we have some IDOC, some T codes to monitor the IDOCs. Okay, so we have T codes to monitor IDOCs. Okay, so what all T codes we have available? Okay, so I'll just give. See, there are a lot of there, but I'll take only some 4 to 5. Okay, which I generally use, and you can also see you might have already used it. So we have first one is W02. Okay, so here we can see all the incoming or outgoing IDOCs. Okay, then we have W05. Here also you can see the based on some more information will be available for the IDOCs. Okay, that you can see here. And then we have W07 where we can see all the error IDOC. Okay, so it can be inbound, it can be outbound. So that I think I have not used for long time, but W07 is for error IDOC actually. Okay, if some IDOC got failed in your system, then you can go and check. Okay, and then next we have a W09. Okay, so W09, what you can do is you can check the particular data also, like if we got some material master, then you can give the inputs also in the segment. Okay, so this I'll show you how we can give it. Okay, so these are the T codes for monitoring the IDOCs. You can note it down or you can keep it remember somewhere. Okay, so these are like day-to-day use if you are supporting some projects. Okay, and that time we are getting the information like sir, we have sent some files, but it has not received in our P1 system or production system. Okay, so what the user will ask you that I have sent, but not sure why it is not updated. So what you will do is you will go first in the IDOC segment, right? I IDOC data. You will check whether do you have received the IDOC or not. Okay, if you have received it, so why whether it's got processed or not. So these are the steps we follow. If it is not processed, we'll see the error why it got failed. Sometimes it is connection issue, sometimes it can be timeout issue, like the data was very large and your system could not process it. Sometimes it can be data issue, like the material or the invoice which they have sent in the system does not exist in your system, so the data matching has not happened and then IDOC got failed. Okay, there are a lot of reasons that IDOC might get failed. Okay, so that you have to see in this status. Okay, then we can see we have some like status also available. Okay, so status means like if the IDOCs are coming to SAP system, then what is the, so that is called inbound, right? And when uh, just let me copy this. And the when we are sending the IDOC back from SAP, we call it as outbound messages, right, or outbound IDOCs. So these terms we mostly use, so you just make sure you remember this in what is inbound, what is outbound. Then we have something called messages. Okay, so we have different kind of messages available, like IDOC got created, IDOC is ready to send, IDOC got failed, IDOC got success. So it can be like in for inbound also, it can be for outbound also. Okay, so we'll take just 2 3 example. So what we can message is status. Okay, IDOC status. Okay, I'll just give one like, so we have status like success message. Okay, then if it is outbound, okay, if our outbound, then success message will be 03. Okay, like we have sent the message from SAP system to some other system and it is reached. Okay, then the status will become 03. Okay, because we are connecting two system, then we know whether it's connected or not, with the connectivity is happening or not. So that we can see with the in RFCs also, so that we'll see if possible. Okay, and then we can see like if inbound success, like we got some IDOC from other system or the file from other system. We do not call IDOC mostly. Okay, we call it mostly files. File has come or not, file is received. Okay, but when we are working with some other people, then that time we have to say, okay, we did not get the IDOC. Okay, IDOC got failed, something like that. Okay, so inbound success we have status like 53. Okay, then we have inbound failure. Okay, so there are some other system also status also available like 64 62, so that you can see, and I will also see in the system. Okay, so that can be 51. Okay, so guys, are we clear here till here? Yes or no, please? Guys, I expect everyone to reply at least. Hamida says yes. Navartan yes. Only 2 replies. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so these are the IDOCs. T codes are for monitoring these things. But sometimes what happens, our IDOC got failed due to some connection issue, okay, or due to some data issue or some issue it can be. But in production system, what we do is we do not have most of the time we do not have edit access, okay, and most of the project does not give the edit access because see it's a live data and you should not touch the live data because it can create some inconsistency of data. And when the audit happens, okay, so it will be very hard for the company to say, okay, you are not uh, you, you are not clear with your clients or with your users, okay. So I'll give you one example of a company called Satyam. So Indian people who has joined, they know, might know about the Satyam company. Long back the company got they were also using some system and they were not uh, there was some discrepancy in their data. Actually they edited a lot of data, or that's what I got to know, okay, from one of my senior. And later on they used to do a lot of changes in the system, and the presentation to the government they showed wrongly. So likewise they got caught in the some fraud, and that company was shut down, and other things happened for that company, okay. So that's the reason we should not play with production system until unless it is very critical, okay. So for that, okay, how will you edit these things, okay. So how will you change the returns? So for that we have created some grievance thing, or we have some governments, okay. So we have some team called GRC, okay. So I forgot the name for full form of GRC. Can someone tell the full form of GRC team? Governments something rules, something creation creator or something like that, right? Can someone please write down the full form of GRC team? So they are the one which help us to get the access roles and everything, so what we can do in system, okay. So that's the reason. So if we get such scenario here in the SAP system, for the IDOCs we mostly have one access. So how will you pre-process the IDOC in production system, okay. So so process IDOCs, field IDOC, okay. I'll say field IDOC. There are some other status also that sometimes you have to process with the help of programs. There are some standard programs available, like if you want to change from 64 to 62 or 62 to some other number, then therefore that also there are some programs available which picks all the waiting IDOCs, okay, which picks all the collected IDOCs. So that we have, okay. But here I am showing you the process field IDOCs T code, okay. See, these are the basics actually. You should know how to use it. So there is one T code called BD87. Okay. So we should use BD87 only in the production system. Okay. What BD87 do is that we select the field message, okay, or IDOC, and try to reprocess it. Okay. So let's suppose there was the IDOC got failed in the system due to the reason of that material does not exist, or some field I can say, okay, the mobile number does not exist. So what happened, you went to customer screen and then you maintain your mobile number, and then you are okay with the data, okay. So what you can do is you can go to BD87, okay, you can give the field IDOC number, okay, governance, risk and compliance, create to me. Thank you. That's a correct full form actually for GRC. So they only take care about the roles, responsibility, or the firefighter access, which we call it, for the super user access, where we can edit some data, reprocess the things in the production system. And that's all, everything, all the activity which you are doing with that will be noted and will be sent back to the admin actually. And then they will cross verify and then they will give you approval to for some other task, okay. Otherwise, if you're doing something wrong in the system or prod system, then they might highlight that to the management, and then there might be some consequences for that, okay. So guys, I'll suggest you not to do anything with your super user ID until unless you have some approval given by your manager, your tech lead or your functional lead, okay. So take their approval in written, I'll suggest most of the times, okay, so that if something goes wrong, then you can defend yourself, okay. So BD87 we do it, we select the fields message type and IDOC and try to reprocess. If everything is good, then what will happen, that IDOC status will change to green or 53, and then we can go for it. Okay. Then we have one more T code we mostly use in dev system, QA system, or pre-prod system, okay, or the quality system we call it, or the test system we call it, or pre-production system. So that is W19. Okay. So here also we can, okay, so we select the message, same again also here also, or IDOC, and try to reprocess. But there's a difference. Okay, what is the difference over here in that see, if you use the BD87, okay, then it will take the same IDOC which we have given as a number in the screen. I'll show you that also. Okay, and then it will reprocess that IDOC and will not generate any new number. Okay, any new IDOC will not be generated. The same IDOC will be changed, status will be changed. If everything is fine, that will be changed. But if you're using the W19 T code, okay, I will take you to the W19 T code also. If you're using a W19 T code, that time what happens, a new IDOC will be generated automatically. Okay, and see, your data can be corrected. Okay, but if you're using W19, the new IDOC will be generated and it will be success. But what happens to your old IDOC? The old IDOC will be there in the same status. Okay, and then your company might ask you in the production system, why we have two IDOCs available for the same data, but the customer or the other business, they have only sent only one IDOC. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay, we sometimes do the manual processing also, like I have done it many times. So what happens that uh, I'll tell you about that, but we should not use W19 until unless we have some approval beforehand in our hand, okay, that we can generate multiple IDOCs for the same process. So I'll give you one scenario actually why I was using the W19 in my production system. I was having super user access, which we call it as firefighter ID. So guys, have you heard about firefighter ID in production system? Say yes or no, please. Guys, yes or no, please. Write F. If you know, write F, please. Okay, so guys, you guys are not working in the production system, I guess. Then, so firefighter, we call it as a super user access. We get it with there also we have some restriction, but most of the restrictions are not there. Like we can go to most of the T codes which are there. We can process many things. Okay, we can edit. Sometime we have to edit the table data. So all those access we get in the production system, but those activities are being logged actually. Every T code which you are going, every screen you are going, it is being tracked by the system. Okay, okay, Kishore knows, I heard. Okay, Tariq no, Navatan says yes. So these guys, so mostly guys who are working on the uh, prod support, okay, or go live support or AMS projects, so they know about the firefighter. So you might also get these access once you are capable, and not everyone gets it actually. So okay, so this is what I'll tell you the scenario where I was using a W19 my production system. Okay, so the scenario was that we had one process that we used to send some information. I can say that I was sending that material number, its information like its current quantity, storeroom, or plant name, and some other customer information. But what was happening is that when I was generating the custom IDOC, it was a custom IDOC, and that time what happened that there is one field actually which was not getting populated. Okay, and that was a defect for us actually. So we have asked production team to fix that defect, but that file was going every hour. Okay, so we cannot fix that defect. See, we can fix the defect, but the priority was very low. Sometimes we have to work on the priority also, that what is the priority, how it's we are, it is impacting our system. So that was not impacting our system, nothing was impacted much, but every time the file was going, it was only one segment or one field. Okay, it was getting blank. Okay, So what we used to do is that we used to stop that file with the help of our XI system or PI system we call process integration, that kindly stop this channel. Okay, now every hour our file will come, you stop this channel. What we'll do is that the message will not go out. Okay, and then we'll just edit the data, we'll generate new file. Okay, we'll just edit, go to W19. Okay, then we can change some data in there, and then we can again regenerate it. So that was the scenario, and every time we were sending that data we used to fill it in W19. So W19 we can change the values also, but in BD87 we do not have that access. Okay, we can only reprocess the thing. So that is the one difference we have. So interviewer might ask you what is the difference over here in between the two, BD87 and W19, and which one we use. So you can say this we use in the production, we use in the test, pre-prod and development environment, but we can also use this in the prod system if we have access, and we can generate multiple IDOC. Okay, so hope it's clear, guys. If it's clear, write clear, guys, so I'll get to know, I can move further. Write clear in the chat. Great. So I got 5 reply. Vikram, Navratan, Suvit Anusri, Tariq, Hamida. Right, 10 people we can see, but only 5 replied. Okay, okay. So guys, now we'll see what all the configuration steps we have to follow. Okay, and how to do this in the system. So first I'll write you the configuration steps we have. See, we have two IDOCs, right? Inbound IDOC and outbound IDOC, correct? Sorry. So we have two IDOCs available with us, like one is inbound, one is outbound. So there is bit of process change between both the IDOC configuration, but most of the process it's same. Like we have to set up the receiver, we have to set up the sender, and we have to set up the basic type, IDOC type, message type. Okay, so all those things. So first we start with the logical system. Okay, we have to see whether the logical system is available in our how to make it left side. Just give me a sec. Okay, it has gone. Okay, and how to make it on top. Just give me a sec, guys. Okay, let it be. So first we always have to see what is our logical system. Okay, yes, I'm very excited for IDO configuration. Great. So stay with me, Vikram. We'll work on that. Okay, so we have to define the logical system. Okay, first, what is logical system actually? So in SAP we have some system available, like if I go to one sec, if I can show you in my screen. That will be more clear actually. See, I need to work parallelly on PPT as well as on SAP. Just give me some time. Basic settings, and then we have logical system. Okay, define logical system. Okay, okay. So let me share my SAP screen to guys. So this is the first step. See, sometime logical still systems are already available in our system. Okay, this is these activity are being done by basis people. Okay, so we don't have to do it, but we should be aware about it actually, that which system we do have available. Okay, So we have how we can go to the logical system. So we have T code called SALE, sale. Okay, if you just go here, this is basically for like IDOC and structure thing. So here in the basic settings, okay, if you go to the logical system, see we can see this word over here, right? Logical system. Here we have something, one option available called define logical system. This option we have to choose. Okay, this system we have to choose, this process we have to use. Looks like my internet is bit slow. Okay, so what we can do is we can click on this execute button. This is like if we click on that, it will execute and we will get one information that no maintenance authorization for cross client table. Okay, so if you are defining that here, okay, so it will not, I don't have authorization actually for cross client. Like if we are in 800 sync, then it cannot be copied to 810 or 820. Okay, it's sale, SALE, sale. I'll just type it down in the chat. I will write in the PPT also, don't worry. Okay, sale, SALE. Okay, so if you go here, we can see multiple logical systems are available. Okay, so what do we store in the logical system? What we store in the logical system? Okay, so I'm basically looking for some G customized one so that you can see one more thing actually. So we just define, okay, which system you are there. Okay, that if I want to go and create, I don't have, I think, authorization for that, but we just define that we are going to use this system for my process. Okay, let's suppose this is going to use for XI, like we are going to send some data from our 800 client to the XI. So you can see some description over here. See, XI integration server 3.0. So this is mostly will be used in for XI process. Okay, we can send this information to XI. Okay, then we can have multiple logical system for multiple processes. You can create your own also. See here someone has created G sender, so it's sending client. Okay, so likewise you can also create your like if you want to create, you can say G underscore client name 800. There is some naming convention for that. Okay, and then you can create over here, just you have to give the sender name and the description, that's all. Okay, then what's the next part? So next part is you have to assign your logical system, means it is like you're creating some name. Okay, and then you are assigning to your client. So what is your client, which is currently 800, correct? So next you have to assign that name to your client 800, that if someone is going to use that name, it is redirecting to your this system 800. So how we are doing this is, see here, you can see 810, 809, 800. Okay, then you can, I don't have edit access over here because this is a basis T code actually, and V developer does not have access. But if you get in somewhere, then you can see actually whether the system are available or not. See, our client is 800. Okay, the name is this one, and then city and all address we can do. We can click on create button. Okay, there if you might have seen some table maintenance generator, there you get some create option, right? That we can create some entry over here. Likewise, similar way you can also create some entry over here. Okay, so logical system, you can create both your sender system as well as your logic receiver system. Okay, and then you can define those things over here, like it is your 800, then it can be IDS, but it is a basis setting. You can ask always your basis team, sir, can you help with this logical system, can you create this, and then they can help you with that. Okay, that is no your not your part, but you should be knowing about that. Okay, so we use these two things. Okay, so first I'll just note it down in PPT. First one is logical system with the help of T code sale, and the second one is assign logical system to client. Okay, so this is the second step that is also being done by sale. Okay, I'll present the PPT again to you guys, but let's be there in the SAP only. The next step we follow is that we go to the connections. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to make some connection with the system which we are going to send the data, right? So how to create that, which we have T code called SM5959. Okay, so now if you'll see here, configure RFC connection. Okay, so we can create many kind of, like, we can create ABAP connection if you having multiple system available or client available, some BW client, CRM client, SRM client, and everything. So that can be connected with this help of RFC connections. Okay. So if you don't know how to create this also, that's also fine. Okay. It's also a basis task. What they do is that, sir, this XI and SAP, I need one RFC. Can you help us to create one? And then they will be creating the thing also. Okay. Then let's click on the create button first. Okay, here we have to fill, not here, just give me a sec. Yeah, so here we have to give the RFC destination. What is the our client name actually? So okay, so what is their user ID or password, like, because now you are going to access it, right? You are going to access their system from your system. You are going to send some data. So if I just give like RFC RFC, and I'm sending from 800 client. Okay, it's already exist document destination. Okay, no problem. It's just a warning. Then we have some technical settings or login setting we have to give here. Okay, so this is a step we follow. And if I just open one of the RFC which is currently available, okay, so no, I don't want to open the use that. I don't want to do the setting here. So we can use some TCP IP, or just give me a sec, guys. I'm seeing if any someone has created some customized RFC, then it will help me to see the connection actually. So we can see logical connections. No, internet connection we do not use. We mostly use the RFC's connection and web connections. Okay. So let's see any of them from here. Web connection also we can see. So let me check if any G1 is available over here. See, these many connections they have already created. If you want to create some more connection, you can create your custom connection also with the system which you are going to connect. Okay. But this is activity. See, someone has created grfc. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. So if you just double click on that, okay, and then see here what they have filled is just gave the name. Okay, they are connecting from 107 to 111. So this might be some client actually. Okay, 107 can be a client and they're trying to connect with 111, because see, this is a demo server. Okay, so what people do as for the practice is, what's the difference between RFC and function module? So that's not the correct time to ask this question, but yeah, I will answer this when we are working on the function module. Okay, so that time I will help you to answer this question. I can answer now, but let's not do this right now. Okay, so see here what we are giving some target host where it should head it to. Okay, and I think some logon security thing will also have been given here. Okay, if I just go here, okay, they have not given, but mostly we use the, see here, the password also, user ID, password, these things are required actually to connect. See, now we are connecting to some other application. It can be some other SAP system, it can be some third party application or XI server or anything. So we have to give IP address and all those. So this is also taken care by your your basis team. But what happens sometimes that we are not able to send the item, we should know what all those things we have to check in case of some failure. Okay, okay, so this is we use for RFCs. We can create our own RFC or we can use the custom RFC. So currently I'm working on one of the integrations. So that my admin itself, we have to raise some requests in the portal and they create the RFCs, and then we are connecting that system actually. Okay, so create RFC. If it's not available, what's the T code for that? SM59. Okay, so I can write one thing here, basis task. Okay, so that you can understand clearly that these are the basics task actually, not yours, but still you should have knowledge for that. Okay, I'll show you the PPT again, but let's stay in SAP so that you are seeing it in your eyes and then you can configure things. Okay, the next thing comes after this is port actually. Okay, so next thing comes after this is port. So what is port actually? Why do we create the port? Okay, so to create the port, first I'll tell you what's the T code, which is WE21 or 20. Just okay, 21 only. See, there we are creating the RFC connection, that we are doing the connection. Okay, okay. I forgot to show you one more thing, that every time when we are creating the connections, we can always check whether the thing, the link which we have, it's working or not. Okay, so how we can do it? Just go to that connection. Okay, just select that connection. Okay, if I take this connection like Xavira, see here we have an option called connection test. Okay, if this system or this IP or the host is live, okay, and working, then we will get the connection test as a success. Otherwise, we might get the failure message, or the ping will be very high. See, if you'll see here, it is all error, means it is not working or the connection is not correct. So likewise, we can see, and if something goes wrong in the IDOC segment or something, then that we can say that the IDOC is not being sent out because this RFC is not working. Okay, this RFC is not working, and you can ask admin to check why this RFC is not working. Okay, so let's see if any RFC is working. I'll show you that also. Just give me a sec. So you can also check that in your system for now. That will be more clear. See here, this RFC is currently working and we got the transfer. See, you might be knowing some ping command, right? If you want to know whether this site is working or not, you can simply write ping command, right? Ping and then command prompt. You can give that site name and then you can know whether the site is working or not, right? So same way we can also do over here. That transfer of zero could be like when the SP system sends some data, how much time it takes to reach and come back. So 1 millisecond, then 30 kb took 2 milliseconds. So this is very fast. Okay, the connection is very fast. If this time is getting increased like 31 millisecond, 400 millisecond, 500 millisecond, it means this connection is okay, we are connected, but the response or the file which I'll be sending, it will take a lot of time to reach to the sender system or receiver system. Okay, so this we can utilize further in our customized thing actually when we are working on. So someone has created very long back, but still it is working, and we can see some log on security and password also. So some SCA mailing, so there's no password required for that. Okay, sorry. Now the next decode which we have to follow is WE21. After the RFC is connected, see we can see here transactional RFCs. So these are the RFCs numbers port we created. Okay, and what we do give here is that whether it's a file based thing, okay, it's a our PI based, okay, XML based or XML HTTP based. So we mostly we go with the first use actually, the this one, the port. Okay, so if we go here transactional RFCs, okay, so let's open any of the transactional RFCs. Okay, so if I just open, double click on this, see here we have created the RFC, right, in the last step SM59, and then we have to give that RFC over here. We have to create some port. It can be any number. You can give like A505 or anything. Okay, but in future you are going to use this number, not the RFC. RFC link can be very big. Okay, the number. This is the use we have created in our system. Like we can use see the jet star. We are seeing right mailing thing, right? So you can utilize over here. So if I just push jet underscore ma, okay, there are a lot available. So sorry, looks like the filter is not working over here. No problem, we can go at the last. Somewhere the G, Z, yeah, somewhere it will be there. See here, G and I mailing. Then we can select this one. See, so now this number, this port which we are going to create, okay, then it will be redirected to this RFC. Okay, and then we can say do some processing option over here, like queue processing is supported, send on fields or segment version. So if you're not giving also, that's fine, it is not mandatory thing. Okay, So let's see if someone has created some custom or not. If not, then we'll be using, see here, someone has created a QMR. Okay. Sorry, one sec. Yes. So let's open this Kumar. So see here, he have used the IDS production. Okay. And he used the 4x, and then he has not selected anything. So now he'll be using this port. Okay. How he will be using this port? He'll be creating a partner profile with this. So this is the second step. This activity is being done by your functional people. Okay. Just keep in mind, this is being created by your functional people. Okay. So now I'll be you creating then functional people task, but you should know this. Okay, if he is not available, then you can create it. Okay, so create port. How to create the port is WE21. Okay, I'm creating PPT, I'll show that also. So that's how we can just create the port. Nothing else you have to give here, just give some name or some number. Okay, just simple click on this number. Okay, this create field. Okay. You can create any. Okay, it's saying it's already exist. So let's go back because it's selected. That's the reason. Okay. So W81 we can go click on create. First we have to select where are we going to create. Okay, which is the port type. So we are trying transactional. Okay, not the file or XML. So transaction only we create mostly. Give the name. If I give jet ABAPX. Okay, generate port name or own port name. I can just take my own port name. But if we click on the generate port name, that this number you are seeing, right, that numbers you were seeing over here, right, A103, the next number whatever is free, that will be created. But if you want to give some customize or your name, then you can create like that. Okay, so give your own port name. So if I give GABAPX, okay, click on OK, just give some description and your RFC. That's all. Okay, you can create that one. I'll do this activity. That's not a problem. But let's see this as soon as possible because we are lacking the time a little bit. So I'll try to complete at least this part, functional and basis part. Then tomorrow we can see the technical part, which we do actually, like segment creation, IDOC creation, message typation. There are a lot of steps involved in writing the IDOCs actually. So this is the most, and many questions interviewer might ask you about the port, about the logical client, about the RFCs, about the logical system, okay, connectivity, all those things. So create W21, we can create the port. Okay, the next part is create the partner profile. Okay, or not the partner profile, then we can go for distribution model. Okay, so let me write it once in the PPT. Create distribution model. See, what is distribution model actually? So the distribution model is that the IDOC which we are going to send, okay, from our SAP system, who is going to receive that, and which all messages should go to that sender, or who all are, see, one message type can be sent to multiple system also at a time. Okay, so that's why this distribution model come in picture. Okay, we can create many distribution models. So if I open any custom one over here, then we can see that. Okay, just give me a sec here. See here, GCOD replicate, they are going to send some data, really central system. If I just go here, they have some productive system, and then they have just click. So this message type they have created, that ACOD replicate cells. And if I can see that somewhere, just let me check. It shows me actually what's the name and all those things. So okay, here we can see. Okay, see right side, if you see here, so they have created this distribution model for, this is the name of this distribution model. And then this is the client they are going to refer. Okay, central system, this is the production, this leave it. And this is the message type they are going to use. I think we can see one message type, how to create actually. So I can show you one. See here, if you see this three sales order for, they have created one distribution model. Like if I say that um, there is one courier company called Amazon. Okay, Amazon or Flipkart. Now you purchase some item, okay, from Flipkart. Okay, so guys, there are two people, they are not from India, but guys, you try to understand what I'm trying to say. That okay, So we have Amazon and Flipkart available, okay, and we order the item. And India we have one place called Delhi, okay, and we have one place called Haryana, okay. So whenever mostly some item which we purchase, most of the items they first go to Delhi or Haryana, okay. From there, they just distribute it to some other states. Like it can go to Karnataka, it can go to Maharashtra, it can go to Telangana, it can go to any other state. Okay, so they have created their distribution model, like how this package should go to this state, how this package should go to this state, and all those things. That's called the distribution model. They can send by a flight, they can send by a truck, they can send by a car, okay, they can send by train, or they can send. So different distribution things they have created. This is not exactly like in SAP, but I'm giving an example why they are doing that distribution, okay. And then they are distributing it to multiple locations, okay. So if it is being sent to Maharashtra, in Maharashtra it can go to almost 10 district, okay. So that's how it's being distributed. So same way, if you are going to send some information from IDOC system, okay, from here, which all your business, where it should go based on the data, okay. So we can also put some filter, only this kind of data it should go to this distributor or this partner or this client, okay. Likewise we can do. So I think I forgot, see here we can see display model view, okay. Then we have technical name, this is, then main system it is this one, start date is 23, and then end date we do not give the end date until unless there is a change actually, okay. So here see it is given the message types, orders this one, this sales for, and order SP, these four messages he's sending to this system actually, okay. So I think check models, no, system view I guess we can see. So any functional over here he can show me this system view, how to create it, see that. Okay, no problem. See here, see we are sending these one information, okay, in the distribution model. So how we can create it actually, let's create one model actually, okay. So first step is you have to go in the change mode, okay. Here's the pencil. As soon as you comes in the change mode, see most of the people ask question from the distribution model, that what is the distribution model, do you know that? Likewise, okay, so you should know actually, and uh, some theoretical answer you can read it on Google, okay. But I'll give you the mostly the working example. Now these three options are open for us. See here, create model view, add BAPI, or add message. So first step is always create a model view, okay. This is not always required until unless the basis team ask you, okay. They might have already done that, or functional might ask you to create this one, or mostly function only they create the model view, okay. So let's create one model view. So I can say G short text we can give G model view for demo material, okay. Then we have to give some technical name, we can give G model underscore ABAPX, okay, so that we can see it clearly. Just click on the button, that's all for now. Now one entity will be created in the down, okay. If we'll go back down, go see somewhere we can see an element, see G mod. Why we are not able to see that over here? Okay, just save it, let's see. Where is this gone actually? It will be somewhere here. Okay, so we have come to that point. Just give me a sec. Okay, let's go back and come back here. Not sure why it is not showing to us. So we can go to BD64. Okay, it is open. Let me search for it. Why it is not coming? So we gave a name z mod underscore abapx. Can anybody tell me why we are not getting that over here? Can anybody tell me? So if I click on model view, it is not coming. Anyone, any functional over here? Can anyone help me why we are not able to see that over here? Or Navratan, can you help here? Let's create again. Let's see. Okay, create model, same name I will give, demo model for demo model, and let's give the same name again, and then start date and end date is fine. Gmod abapx, technical name is given. It is saying already exist. Okay, we are looking at the wrong place actually. We have to look right side. The name will be on right side. See here. You can see the description. See model view for demo material. So we were seeing the technical name over here, but here it is a description. Okay, it has been created. The next part is we have to add the message type. Okay, so what is message type, right? I have given you the example that we have to create a message type like custom message type, or we can give the mat mask. Okay, matmas. So if I just press F4, so if you want to give your custom message type over here, that also can be given, but if you want to give only the standard mat mask, that also possible. Okay, so if you just give, I'm giving for now mat mask. We can also give our custom messages which we are going to create and distribute it. Okay, Tariq, yeah, I got it later. See, now we have to give the sender system and receiver system. Okay, so who is the sender over here? Who is the sender over here? So the system which we are going to send here, this is a sender actually. So I think this will be some TP, some number we were seeing it, right? So that we can write over here like some client or some name, or you can create your own actually. See, in the starting we have created, right, port and that. So you can write your here actually. Okay, that you are the sender. You can create with the help of your port actually. And then receiver, who is your receiver, who is going to receive this message. Okay, so we created one port and RFC, right? So that you can give over here. Okay, so if I just skip, they have used this jet receiver, and that's okay. Now you will get one more entity over here. See, if I'll just scroll down, you can see this is your sending client. Okay, means we are sending it, and this is your receiving client which is going to receive. And here we are going to send the mat mask message. Okay, we also have one more option here, like we can filter the data. Okay, so let's suppose you want to only send the material type FERT. Okay, so that I think we forgot to give, but still we have option over here. See, so data filtering is available over here. So if we just create the filter group, okay, we can all again like every time the material is getting created, okay, in the system, there are 10 type of like MTAD, FERT, HLB, right? Finished goods product, semi-finished good product. We can filter over here. Okay. How we can filter with the group? We can see like with the valuation area, only these valuations should go. Okay. The material group, we can give that MATKL. This material group only should be available to go out. You can give the list over here, and then you can give like if I want to give 1 2 3 4, I think that will not be available, but still let's see which all values for MATKL is available in the system. See, this is coming from material group. This is our material group available in the system like pumps, engine, missiles. So I want to send only the data for services. Okay, click on OK. That's all. Okay, that's all. Now you have created the filter, only the information which is available for that thing. See, data filter active. So only the data for that service will flow to receiver. Okay. Then we have one more option over here. Okay. Add it, model check, add message type, distribution model, environment, generate pattern profile. Okay. With this help, we can generate our partner profile as well. So what is partner profile? That comes after the port creation, but still let's see from here. So as soon as if I click on the generate partner profile, let's see what happens over here. See, it says this is your model, okay, chat mod ABPX, which we have created right away, right? This is my system ID, which is my current ID, okay. Version 3 is leave it, pack size total 100 items will be sent, and when it should send, automatically it gets created, okay. Parameters no need to change, just click on execute. See here, now it says your distribution model. No messages were defined for the selection condition in the model, okay. So we have not given the message, so it is giving, but still status is green, okay. You can ignore it for now, then go back, okay. The profile got created automatically, but how we can see the profile? This is the part we do in the distribution model, but theoretical wise, guys, you should have at least 3-4 answer you have to answer from this BD64. People ask, okay, why do we create model, why do we create message type, how do we add the BAPI, how do we generate the partner profile from here, okay. And then we have some this model check, model view, all those things we can do from over here, okay. See, currently it has not asked for transfer, we can store it in the TR also. So if you're sending any information, okay, if you're sending any information in your quality system and your production system, then it has to go with the transport request, right? TRs, it has to go with the TR, correct? See, it is asking for TR now, so you have to save it in your TR, otherwise these changes will not reflect your other system, okay. So distribution model we have to create in the BD64, but this is not always applicable, but you have to check with your functional whether it is necessary or not. Then the next profile which is coming is uh, partner profile, okay. So partner profile T code is W20. See, mostly things are interlinked. See, earlier we went to W20, we created a port, right? We created a port, we gave this transaction RFC. Then the next T code is W21. Sorry, 20. W20. So here you can see this is the partner profile. We mostly use a logical system. You can see over here, logical system. To send the information, we use a logical system most of the time, but this can also be used, which I have not used, so I cannot answer the question on that part, okay. So if you expand this, okay, you will have some option available over here, okay. Either you can create your own partner type, click on over here, you can fill the information one by one, okay, likewise. So, or that which thing which we have done earlier, right? The number which got generated from that screen, let's search for that first. I just want to cancel, yes. So let's see if any custom thing is created. See, these many system they have partners they have created, so they can send the information to these many peoples. These many peoples will get the different kind of data, okay, with the help of IDOCs. Mm, okay, see here, you can see jet receiver. We use this jet receiver, right? Remember? Are you guys are there with me? Say yes or no. We'll bind up in 2 minutes, 2 or 3 more minutes. Will not take much time. But let's close this topic. Then we'll work on the technical part tomorrow. Guys, say clear. Then I'll get to know that you are there with me. Or any doubts, then let me know. See, this is not your work, but you should have knowledge when you are doing the support or AMS or anything, right? You cannot do this without this knowledge. You don't know which partner profile was there, you don't know which port you are using, which RFC you are using, which distribution model you are using. This gets complicated when you are working on multiple continent customer actually, okay. So this gets very complicated when you have only domestic client for your state or for your country. It does not take much concern, but when we have multiple clients, multiple customer, multiple plants, multiple storerooms, that time things get very nasty, and you should know actually how to see this. So if I just double click on that, okay, then see here we can see there are some certain settings, okay. This gets created G receiver, partner type is LS. How it is taking from this here, right? We have given this, then we can leave this part. And EDI department, this is also automatically generated, that EDI department they're using, okay. Now what is the main concern thing over here is these two things over here. One is output parameters, one is inbound parameters. Okay, so what is this actually? See, for this partner means the system where we are either going to receive the data or we are going to send the data. This is mostly a partner, a business, a software, a client, anything you can call it. Okay, then here we are defining which all message type, right? We are saying always message, we are not writing anything in the IDOC basic type, we are not displaying anything with the IDOC type, right? I'm always talking about the message type because we play with the messages. Okay, message only holds the data. Basic type is just a structure, IDOC type is just a structure, but the data is being held by the message types. Okay, you just keep your question, sometime interviewer ask what's the difference between basic type and message type. Okay, now if you see here, these are the message type which they are sending, they are getting from the outside. See, outbound means they are sending from SAP, this system. Okay, whatever the system it is, they are sending it outside. Okay, and who is the receiver port? Z Virantana, this is so is going to receive it. If I just double click on this, okay, you can see some more settings are available, like what is the message type they have created. Okay, that's fine, this is the message type we are going to send. Then who is the receiver port? So this can be a different system like other SAP system. Okay, these many packet size you can send 999. Okay, see, transactional RFC they have created for this destination. Okay, and here we have two options available. Okay, just try to understand this thing over here. Pass IDOC immediately and collect IDOC. So what does the word mean says actually? Pass IDOC immediately means as soon as the IDOC gets created, okay, in the system, send it to the receiver. Okay, but sometime what we do is we collect all the files in a one thing. Okay, we store it in a memory and we run some kind of job actually to distribute. So that time we can say collect IDOC and then send in the sequencing manner actually. What sometimes the sequence are not maintained, that time we do this collect IDOC thing and then we send it all in one shot actually. Okay, then we have some output for this we can ignore for now. Okay, and then we have basic type. See, here we are defining the basic type which is our structure. Okay, so that what happens is receiver port which they are going to connect, they will see, okay, in this is structure. Okay, in this structure it will see, if I double click on this, okay, it will take me to the object name. Here we can see the segment, right? So if I just double click on that, go to the segment editor, here we can see which all fields are going in that, in the outward message. So these, he will expect these many fields in that message. Okay, and the values as well, both the things it will maintain. Message type holds the data. Okay, basic type holds the structure. Just keep it clear, guys. Okay, because I've been asked this question when I am giving the interviews. Every interviewer asks me this question: what is the difference between message type, basic type, what is distribution model, why do we create the port, what is partner profile, okay, what is the inbound thing, what is the process code. Okay, so all those things. Then cancel after the syntax error. So if something is going wrong, then just cancel the processing, do not try to proceed further. We have message controls. Okay, so we can see some process code also they have used. This we'll see, I'll show you this also. Post processing, what you have to do, okay, that all you can do. Telephony, if you also want to store some telephone number of your sender name, company and all, so that you can maintain over here. Like if many people are working on that, not everyone has contact, so sometimes you have to confirm with your customer that, sir, did you receive the file or not? Okay, then how will you get the contact number? You can maintain that over here and then you can call and ask. Okay, and the company name also you can do. If they're following the EDI standard, no, that no, nothing will need to be maintained over here. Okay, then we have next part which is inbound. Inbound is something is coming from outside world to SAP. At that time we should have two things actually. Okay, so one is, I'll take some custom one that you can see more clear. Just give me a second, because standard thing it will not be much of clear. I think we don't have. Okay, we have sales order. Yeah, so if you just open the sales order, create from data to. Okay, so again same message type we have. Okay, we have inbound. Now here one concept come called process code. Okay, so do you guys remember on the day one I told you what is process code? And people ask question from this thing, what do you know, what's a process code? use a process code actually. Anyone guys remember what's the process code? Okay, fine. See, this process code is used to store the information of the function module. Okay, just remember, this is being used to remember which function module we I this data, when this data is coming, which function modules would trigger. Because see, inbound, for making the inbound to work, make it work, we have to write some logic in our system, we have to read the values, we have to store it in our database, right? For that we create one function module. So if I double click on this, okay, it will take me to this process code screen that we'll see tomorrow. Okay, so name, and then this is my identification. So it can be processing by function modules. See here, okay, you can see the option. If I just double click on that, there will be some code written in that. So this is our standard, I think. Let me go in attribute and see. Yeah, it's created by SAP for sale. Okay, and it is a regular function module, alien interface, complex data type. Okay guys, so here we have written the logic. So as soon as the file come to SAP system from some other system, okay, then this code which we have to write, even for custom IDOC which we are creating, for that we have to write such code. First read the data of the IDOC, okay, then distribute the data, then segregate the data, then process the data, okay, and then everything is done, then store the data in RDB. Along with that, you have to change the status of IDOC. Okay, if everything is not corrected as per the plan, then you have to send the status to 51, which I told you in the starting, that if it is failed, then the status should be 51. If it is everything is fine, your database got saved, then you can send a 03. I think somewhere they might have used, okay, and then likewise you have to write in your function module also. Okay, so this approach we follow, and this is part of functional part. And as soon as you can also create. So after BD64, what we did guys, anyone remember? After BD64, we did partner profile. Partner profile, the T code is WE20, and then next one was process code, we have seen processor, we have seen. That's all guys. So this much we do as part of configuration. This part is also being done by functional people. Okay, so guys, are we clear till here? This part is being done mostly by functional and basis people. You can also do if you have knowledge. Okay, if you know what is your system, what is your RFC, okay, those information if you have, you can create it. So guys, any question over here? Okay, this is the basis and functional configuration. Then we have technical configurations available. Okay, as a tech lead, as a senior consultant, as a technical developer, okay, as a solution consultant, you have to do these steps to make it work. IDOC is very lengthy topic and it is very important topic. Okay, any doubt guys, any doubt you have? Let me share the PPT again so that you can revise it, and then we'll close the call. Okay, IDOC. See, I was writing over here. So mostly the basis task is create the logical system, assign the logical system to client, okay, create the RFC if it's not available, or if it's available, then we can use in our port. Okay, then function people, what do they is, they create the port in W21, they create the distribution model, okay, they create the partner profile, and after that, okay, after that this works come as technical. See, the sometimes the partner profile cannot be used, we cannot give the message type because we have to create the function module process code everywhere by the technical people, or the functional people also can create, but we can skip this part for till technical part. Okay, can be done once technical steps are completed, can be completed or are completed. So this can be done anytime. At the last also we can create do this step. Okay, we can assign the message type, we can assign the process code. This can be done at the very last of your configuration, or the after writing the code logic, everything after that you can write this thing. Okay, that's not a big problem. Then the technical settings, what we will do actually. So we will start with study WE31, which is our, okay, we'll see this tomorrow, but let's not do it for today. Okay, so that's all guys for today. Hope you have learned something and I was able to provide the knowledge which you are looking for. If yes, then kindly like the video. Say comment yes in the comment section. Okay, then let's meet tomorrow. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for joining the session. Let's meet tomorrow. Tomorrow, guys, we will not be able to connect because there's a smart form class we have scheduled. Okay, so smart form we'll see tomorrow, and then this technical part we can see. Okay, after that. Okay, let's meet tomorrow. Thanks, guys, for joining. Good night. Bye.